Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel for something very different. The first time that I'm doing that on my channel. It's the last two question mark challenge. And if you're unfamiliar with this, basically what this challenge is, we start in last place of a Grand Prix, and as you saw from the title, we are in Abu Dhabi with Max Verstappen. So we're gonna start in last place of this Grand Prix and try to make up as many places in a 25% race. So yeah, that's basically it. Last two question mark challenge. The goal is obviously to win the race, but now let's jump straight into the race. So here we are then, as we wait for the 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go from last place of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. From this last two question mark turns, as we already passed Antonio Giovinazzi and a lot of cars into turn 1, outbrake them. Have to take a bit more steadily so that we try and not hit any cars. We're currently up to P17 as Nicholas Latifi slows down really awkwardly in front of us. And Kimi Raikkonen is now back down the inside of us as we go out a bit wide, but we're going to send it to the inside of two cars of Nicholas Latifi and George Russell, and round the outside of, I think that was Romain Grosjean and Pierre Gasly down the inside. No, he pushes us to the inside. We tap Pierre Gasly, but we get ahead. And after just a few corners from last place, we are up into P13 of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix last two question mark challenge with Max Verstappen, as Esteban Ocon and Daniel Kvyat go wheel to wheel in front of us as we brake actually a bit early, but almost hit the cars in front again as Esteban Ocon goes out wide. We saw the gap, we went for it, and now we have passed Esteban Ocon, but no, not yet. He's still beside us, and Pierre Gasly is slipstreaming us now. Pierre Gasly is in the slipstream of us, Esteban Ocon too, but we have got ahead of Esteban Ocon too, and just after half a lap from P20 on the grid, we're all the way up to P12 already. That is great stuff. That is exactly the start we needed if we want to try to win this race or get on the podium. It's going to be really hard to win this race, obviously, because the Mercedes is just a really good car, as we all know from 2020. But yeah, we'll give it our best, as we're currently up to P12 after lap 1, right behind Daniel Kvyat now. So let's see what we can do from here. All the cars are still bunched up. So now we move all the way to the middle part of lap 2, and we're still stuck behind Daniel Kvyat. Obviously it's lap 2 and DRS is not yet activated, but we are way closer than on the lap before, than on lap 1, as we are currently in the slipstream of Daniel Kvyat. He's not, but we're not getting as much as we would like to. We go to the outside, try to maybe brake a bit later, but he has the inside covered as he goes awkwardly through the chicane, and we almost slightly push him through there. As now we come onto the accelerator, we accelerate out of this corner through the next corner, and we're really close. We see the gap down the inside. We go down the inside of Daniel Kvyat. What a move. We've passed Daniel Kvyat and we are up into P11 after just 2 laps in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Great stuff from us. So we move to lap 3 now, and DRS is activated, and we have the 2 Racing Point cars in front of us, Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll. We have the DRS on Sergio Perez. Obviously the Racing Point is a really quick car down the straights with the Mercedes engine, and the Racing Point has always been a quick car down the straights. So we're not gaining as much as we would like to, as we set a purple sector in sector 2, but we are getting held up by Sergio Perez really massively there, as we almost run into the back of him. But we've tried this move on Daniel Kvyat on the lap before. Are we going to try and make this once again down the inside of Sergio Perez? No. We think better of it because we're a bit too far away on Sergio Perez, and we obviously don't want to collide. The worst thing that can happen is having a front wing damage, because that would ruin everything. That would ruin the comeback from last place. So yeah, taking things nice and easy, that we don't get damage or front wing damage, because that is something we really will try not to get. We're on lap 4 now, and we're still not past Sergio Perez, but we're still in DRS range of Sergio Perez. Obviously, this is kind of a train of a few cars. We're very bunched up right now, so it's as we almost hit Sergio Perez in the back. So yeah, what I was about to say is we're currently bunched up, and this is like kind of a DRS train, so it's really hard to pass on the straight. So we're going to try to make the moves in the corner, and Sergio Perez didn't have good acceleration out of the corner. We send it down the inside of Sergio Perez. Can we make the move stick? Not quite. Sergio Perez is still there. We give him the room. He's still there, but I think we've edged ahead of Sergio Perez. Yes, we have, as we get a slight tank slapper out of the corner. But we got ahead of Sergio Perez up into the points in P10. So now we move all the way to lap 6 on the lap where we come into the pits and we're really close to Lance Stroll. Into the pits, we almost pushed Lance Stroll out of the pit entry, but luckily we both made it into the pits, hopefully without any damage for Lance Stroll, but we've almost pushed him out wide. Oh, that would have been awful, as we stop for soft to medium tires for our one and only pit stops. Not as fast as a Red Bull in real life, as we've jumped Lance Stroll. We've jumped Lance Stroll in the pit lane, and we are ahead of Lance Stroll now after the pit stops. Before we were fighting to get into the pit lane, but now we have jumped Lance Stroll, and I think we are up into, I think it's P9 or something, but that doesn't matter. We jumped Lance Stroll. That is awesome for us. In the pit lane, we've jumped Lance Stroll. That couldn't have been better, and we are really close to Sebastian Vettel now too. And I think we will have we will have DRS on Sebastian Vettel down this back straight. We open the DRS, slipstream Sebastian Vettel. We are gaining on Sebastian Vettel, but not as much as we would like to. But now we are gaining massively on Sebastian Vettel. He covers the inside. We go to the outside, outbraking, but he's good on the brakes. As we lock up slightly on the front left, but through the chicane, we get our nose ahead, and we are ahead of Sebastian Vettel. And now we jump all the way to lap 8, to the lap where all the others make their pit stops. And there you can see, just next to us, there is Charles Leclerc. And I think, yes, we have undercut Charles Leclerc in this race too. And we are now all the way up into P6 of this Grand Prix. And there is Alexander Albon and Carlos Sainz. P4 is right there. And as you can see on the minimap, the yellow dot of Daniel Ricciardo for P3 is not far away too. So the podium is definitely still on in this race. And it's only lap 8. We still have 7 laps to go or something, as we have the DRS on Carlos Sainz, but he obviously also has it on our teammate Alexander Albon. As we go through the chicane, get on the power nice and early, get good acceleration, open the DRS. Let's see what we can do. We're gaining on Carlos Sainz, but obviously he has DRS on Alexander Albon, so we're not gaining as much as we would like to, as we set a purple sector 2 once again as we come through the chicane. Carlos Sainz is holding us up massively right now, and here we come to our favorite place for overtakes. Are we going to do it one more time? We go down the inside, send it. It's going to be really close. There's slight contact as we lock up. Carlos Sainz is still ahead of us, but we do the switchback move, and we get, we've got ahead of Carlos Sainz up into P5. And now the car in front of us is our teammate Alexander Albon, and here we are on lap 9, right behind Alexander Albon, and here we come to our favorite place. We're gonna send it down the inside once again as we lock up, but no contact this time as we push Alex Albon out wide slightly, but we get up into P4, and now we go after Daniel Ricciardo for P3. So we move all the way to lap 12 now, and we have the DRS on Daniel Ricciardo, and on this way to catching up to Daniel Ricciardo, we have actually set the fastest lap. So we have the fastest lap in this race right now. I was pushing flat out through these last few laps as Daniel Ricciardo is really slow through the chicane. Now we come through the next corner, get on the power nice and early, get a good acceleration. Now we come to our favorite place for overtakes once again. Are we gonna send it? No. We're too far away this time. Obviously, we don't want to collide now. The podium is so close to us. I think we have 2 more laps to go, so the podium is definitely on, I think. So now we move to lap 13, and we're still behind Daniel Ricciardo, but obviously we have 2 more laps to go, and in this lap, 2 huge DRS zones to go. So we open the DRS right now. Daniel Ricciardo doesn't have the DRS in front. We're getting on Daniel Ricciardo, but surprisingly not as much as I thought or hoped for. So Daniel Ricciardo is really fast down this race. We're too far away to make a move, but he locks up. We see the opportunity down the inside. Try the switchback move, get on the power early, but he gets on the power really well too. As we open DRS, we're on lap 13 now. We have the DRS on Daniel Ricciardo. We're gaining on him. He's covering the inside, but we still find the gap down the inside. Outbrake Daniel Ricciardo, but he's still there around the outside. But we have the better cornering speed, and we edge ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Are we going to? Yes, we have, and we are up into the podium's positions in this Grand Prix. We started in last place in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and we are going to finish this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, this last 2 question mark challenge, in P3, get in.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
They've done it then. A spectacular victory here in Abu Dhabi and a massive confidence boost for the entire team, I'm sure. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part.
So that was it, the last 2 question mark challenge. Lewis Hamilton won the race ahead of Valtteri Bottas, and we ended up on the podium. Great race. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of overtakes in this episode. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Thank you very, very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.